Fuck off, do you? You're shit.
Right, put us
Did I
on
just
now.
say that out loud?
I've just put us on, so don't fucking say it out loud again. Right, put us on
One,
now.
two, three. One, two, three.
Just put us on, so don't fucking say it out loud again. Yeah, we're working, mush.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. Before we start, I'd like to inform everybody that nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. I heard it on the radio, so it must be true. And nothing beats a Shoot Some Style stream on a Wednesday night. And you can listen to us talk about Poole Pirates versus Edinburgh Monarchs. I'm joined as always by Mr. Dill. How are we doing this evening?
Suffering from cold in the middle of summer. But as you do, you know what I mean? We've got 8 people watching us already.
Already.
This might be a good chance before we start to say we obviously ain't going to be showing the racing because of the copyright stuff. We'll just be talking about it, almost like a radio service. We'll get that out of the way early in case somebody like the fella the other week comes in and asks why we're not showing it.
Yeah, Dave.
Was that who it was?
It was someone called Dave. And just so everybody knows, you can purchase this meeting on Poole Pirates live streaming service for £13.99 Great British pence.
Looks an interesting
If you're
meeting, this, to be
interested.
honest.
It does.
Kevin Barnes, can you guarantee Jet 2 planes don't crash? That depends if me and Palmer are on them or not, because if they are, one of us needs to sit either side, otherwise it's going to be doing waves all the way there. Wingtips.
One of us at the front, one of us at the back.
To make sure it stays level and it's not wheeling all the way there.
Basically,
Jet
yeah.
2 doesn't mean Jet 2 big fat shit, sorry. Oh god, starting need to go on. Kevin's put another question in. We'll get to that in a sec. We're just going to quickly mull over the other meeting taking place tonight in the National Development Trophy between the Kings Lynn Young Stars and the Kent Eagles. We'll have updates from that as we go. Palmer, do you want to cover the Young Stars or do you want me to quickly run through them both?
I'll cover them. I don't mind.
You do the Young Stars, I'll do Kent.
So for the Kings Lynn Young Stars, their number 1 is Jody Scott. Aaron Butcher, the new Plymouth signing, at number 2. Cooper Russian goes at 3. Max Perry at 4. My colleague Luke Harrison goes at 5. Harrison Rogers goes at 6. And Callum Mitchell goes at number 7.
For the Kent Eagles, Freddie Hodder guests at 1 for the injured Nathan Ablett. Rider replacement for Nathan Hargrave at number 2, who decided to put himself through the Perry Bar fence last week. Vinnie Ford goes at 3, Luke Harris at 4, Ben Morley 5, Jamie Effrington at 6, and D&D Media's own Ryan Ingram guests at number 7.
Am I seeing this right? Vinnie Ford riding 2 National League meetings in the space of a week.
Shocking, isn't it? Kevin's asked the track condition. It looks wet, but it should produce something decent if it stays like this. Anders Rosier, good to see after he pulled out of the meeting at Sheffield the other night.
Yeah, 100%. And of course, cheap plug. If you're a Pirates supporter, you're up at my place on Friday. So if you are coming up, please feel free to buy me a beer.
We'll have a look at the 2 team lineups for this one then, Palmer, if you want to do those lot from Scotland.
Alan's not with us, Mush. So for the Edinburgh Monarchs, they have Jodie Loftus riding at number 7, Jonathan Grant at number 6, my old pal Michael Pamtoft at number 5, Kai Thompson goes at number 4, Justin Sedgman rides at number 3, Paco Castagna rides at number 2, and then number 1, been a sensation this year, Victor Palavara.
Who's your man to watch for Edinburgh?
So I've gone for Kai Thompson. He's started to score points now. He knows food shopping at Tesco's is quite expensive.
It's true.
True story. And that's literally the only reason I've picked him.
I've gone for Justin Sedgman. He generally rides Wimborne Road quite well. He's just coming off the back of a high score. He's not had the best of seasons consistently. He's having a good meeting here and then a bad meeting there and that. But let's hope he's starting to find a little bit of consistency now. And I think he should do well, especially at number 3 for Edinburgh. For the Poole Pirates, number 1, Richard Lawson, 2, Tobias Thompson, 3, Lewis Kerr, 4, Zach Cook, 5, Anders Rowe, 6, Paul Stark, 7, William Cairns. Palmer, who are you going for your Pirate to watch?
I've gone for Louis Kerr for basically the exact same reasons you've gone for Justin Sedgman. He had a good meeting at Sheffield the other night, and he's one of them. He can have a good meeting, and then the next meeting he can be really poor. So, who knows what you're gonna get with our old Louis One?
I've gone for Richard Lawson for the really boring reasons of he's now started to find his feet again around Wimborne Road, and Victor Palavara, as good of a season as he's had, facing Richard Lawson on his home turf, and Mog Palmtoft, who notoriously doesn't have the best of fortunes at Wimborne Road. I think Richard Lawson's probably in a different league around Wimborne Road to those two.
Disagrees with that, and Richard Lawson, not Richard Lawson. That's Michael Palmtoft. A bit of a difference in looks.
We've got a really different parade tonight. All the Edinburgh boys are going out on these motorbikes.
It's weird, this, isn't it?
That's different.
But it's funny now as well. With I don't know if it was a one-off or not, but last week we reintroduced the walkout parade. So who knows? Maybe we're experiencing every club changing their parade.
Matthew Peacock says there's still time for him to not ride the other one.
Big up, Matty. What a boy. Hope you're doing well, and I hope you're at Redcar on Saturday, mush. Because if you're not, then you're going to miss seeing your favourite little Scunthorpian.
We've got 9 people watching. If you're in the chat, drop a comment.
We don't bite unless you have cake.
Could God kill
Drop
for
a
some
comment.
cake?
So would I, mush.
Somebody want to tell Geordie Loft to sit and take them shades off? There's not a drop of sun in sight. What a boy though, shook the motorbike rider's hand. Fair play, nice chap.
Decent enough chap, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't know why he's got shades on though. There's absolutely no sun at all. And this is going to be interesting to see how Poole bounced back after what would be considered a shock defeat at Workington on Saturday.
It was a very shock result at Workington for him. I watched the meeting, and to be honest, the first sort of half of the meeting, they just weren't getting out of the gate.
Matthew says, I'm at work, but hopefully be finished in time, coming up to watch some proper speedway.
I was going to watch a proper speedway, but he had got to Plymouth.
Are you going down to watch our colleagues and our friends, the Piper boys?
And I thought better to do, mush, so I thought I may as well.
These bikes have now gone back round to pick up the Poole boys. Leonard Stilgo, hi guys, let's hope a good meeting and safe. Hope supporters enjoy. Hopefully everyone stays safe. There's been a lot of crashes recently, so hopefully we can have a good... Bloody hell, Richard Lawson's here in time. The bloke who notoriously shows up really late to meetings.
As you do. It's good to see all the riders shaking hands with these motorbike drivers.
Is that where the old dog track was?
Yeah, I'd imagine so anyway.
Ain't it nice to see an old dog track that's gone, Speedway's still there. Paul Stark is on the freewheeler, as is Anders Rowe and Will Cairns, because, boy, wouldn't there be? Better to be safe than sorry.
Don't break my heart, the wasty spacey Stark. That one.
Oh, it's going to be a long night with you, isn't it?
Oh, I wouldn't go that far, Bush. It's still only 24 hours within the day.
Winchester's text me tonight instead of you. I think you upset him earlier with your vote on his poll. It just says, tuned in, Squire. What a boy.
If anybody knows Mr. Daniel Winchester, go vote on his Instagram story as to why IKEA might not employ him. And he goes for a chinwag about a job tomorrow.
Anders Rowe giving a little chinwag with the motorbike driver.
What
Anders
boy?
looked well, though, considering he looked in some discomfort the other night at Sheffield. So at least he looks relatively in good health.
Always a start, isn't it?
Will Cairns has been a busy boy recently. He's not only made his championship debut, he's made his premiership debut in 2 meetings. He's done guest rides here, there and everywhere. It's not always gone to plan, but he's getting them laps in early on. And you can't miss him. He's the one with the fluorescent green boots on.
He's just a mini Chris Harris now, isn't he?
He is, while he's now he's eligible to be doing them guest rides. And this league.
Yeah. He seems to be Redcar's favourite guest as well at the moment.
Yeah. Tobias Thompson's also made his premiership debut recently, guesting for Kings Lynn at Leicester.
Yeah, we did a watch along to it, if I remember right.
He had a tough night, but at least he's had his taste of premiership action now.
And Tobias was in action at Scunthorpe, ironically, last week. You know, not the place where he was at in 48 hours, the poor chap. Riding for Plymouth, and he did well. All right.
Did well, didn't he? Yeah.
He did all right.
Just got the parade for the Edinburgh riders at the minute. Sedge's hair gets thinner on the top every time I see him.
I know a fella that says fading on the top as well.
Would that be you by any chance?
How did you guess?
Look, you're blaming the heart out, rubbing it off as we go.
I blame the heat, just taking it off me.
Interesting to see Leon Flint's mechanic and Stevie Worrell's old mechanic spannering for Victor Palavara tonight.
It's got him out of the house for the day, hasn't it?
It does. And Will Cairns made himself a big hit with the Poole fans when he debuted here a couple of weeks ago. He'll be hoping to score similar again, and even did himself a lap of the track after the meeting to go and high-five all the fans.
That's some way to make a debut, isn't it? And he's, he even stopped to have pictures and everything with the supporters. So, British Speedway needs more of that, and it needs more fan interaction.
Yeah. Will be an interesting meeting this. I think Edinburgh have surprised a few people with how they've started the season, and you can't even say started now, really, can you? It's a good portion of the way through, but they're getting some points on the board.
Yeah.
Edinburgh have won the toss. I don't know what they've took. We have to watch on mute, but I'm sure we'll find out in a moment. But Edinburgh did win the toss.
I would say a naughty word, but we're live, so I won't.
Chris White, grass doesn't grow on a busy street. Kevin, Chris, it does on the curb edges. There's a lot of fluorescent colours going on in this meeting, isn't there? Helmets, shoes, gloves.
It seems to be a common thing in Speedway now.
A lot of people do seem to be doing it. Let's have a butcher's
anyway,
at the gates over at Kings Lynn. Carry on, boss.
We've got a quick minute before 8-1. it's discussion time.
Oh, we love a
Well,
good discussion.
Well, kind of.
Bit of quick information time. Rider replacement in Heat 1 for Kent at Kings Lynn is Jamie Etherington, someone who you think has got a very bright future. And
I do.
who won the toss there? Doesn't say, but Kings Lynn are off 1 and 3 in Heat 1. Right, discussion, go.
Plymouth signings, as announced last night. Thoughts?
It's good to see Scotty Nichols back. He was Rob Paisley. Obviously, we both know him quite well. He's an avid lover of Oxford, and if anyone was going to moan about Scotty Nichols not going to Oxford, it was going to be him. But even he sat and said he'd decapitated the Oxford team and would have just fit Nichols in. But then that opens up a whole host of issues. So some Oxford fans are moaning, but realistically, Scott was never going to fit in there without decapitating the rest of the team.
No, for sure.
And I think it gets Nicola Clint from number 1. He's done solid enough there at number 1 at Plymouth, but he's not notoriously very good in Heat 1, certainly at Plymouth, whereas now he can go to number 5 and he's got a few races to see out of the gates of performing and the lines and stuff before he's out.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's one of them. Nice to see Scotty back, and nice to see a new name in this league in Aaron Butcher, who I don't believe has ridden in a championship at all prior to this.
Very quick one before we start. Chris has asked, can we offer up a score before a wheel is turned? I'll go 55-35 Poole.
49-41 to Poole.
You reckon it'll be a bit closer?
Yeah.
Kevin asks if it's a good crowd. I ain't paid much attention, but when they come out to go to Heat 1, we'll have a quick look around.
From the glimpses that I've seen on the stream, it doesn't look too shabby. But then again, Poole always get decent crowds.
They do, and this is why, everyone says, they shouldn't be in this league, they should be in the top league. But if they're getting crowds like this on a Wednesday, why would you move up a league and have to change to another race night for it?
Exactly.
Kevin's agreeing with me, 55-35 he's going for.
Nobody's believing in the Monarchs.
I don't know if it's necessarily the Monarchs. I think we all know what Midlow's like, and Poole are a wounded animal, and a wounded animal is its most dangerous, and obviously they're going to be a little bit embarrassed by that defeat at Workington the other day, so they're going to want to bounce back.
They may as well just have 3 embarrassing defeats on the bounce. I mean, they're not going to win on Friday. Rob Godfrey told me himself, so it's got to happen.
He keeps telling you you're going to win the league every season as well, but that doesn't happen either.
Yeah, got a point. Although we did win the Knockout Cup here one year, so it's basically the same, innit?
It's true. Poole are off 2 and 4 in Heat 1,
2 and
so
4.
Paco obviously chose 1 and 3 when Edinburgh won the toss. Full lineup of Heat 1. Gate 1 in yellow is Paco Castagna. Gate 2 blue, Tobias Thompson. Gate 3 in white, Victor Palavara. And off the outside in red is Richard Lawson.
That it is. Big Heat 1 coming up.
We've got a question from Kevin to discuss after. We have discussed this already. It's about the leagues maybe merging together. But we can go over that again for a bit of filler.
It's certainly something we can have a chinwag about.
And Poole are 6 points up for the aggregate point as well, winning 48-42 at Edinburgh a couple of weeks ago.
That they are. Edinburgh, just start winning at home, bro. Not hard.
Interesting to see Paco move to number 2. No Heat 14 heroics from Paco tonight.
Unless we have a tactical sub. So Startmaster walks away for race number 1. The tapes fly away. We go to fairly even start there, but it's Paco and it's Victor Palavara that just get there in front, and it's Paco leading with Palavara now neck and neck with Richard Lawson in the second place position. Tobias Thompson struggling towards the back of the field, and it's currently the Monarchs now on a 4-2 because Richard Lawson's just got around the outside there of Victor Palavara. Paco's got a bit of a lead now over Richard Lawson. This is a shock for the Bucks. I don't think anybody expected this, and Palavara's now starting to put a bit more pressure on Richard Lawson, and Tobias Thompson's not going to score in this one, which is a bit of a shame for our cult hero here at D&D Media, but it's an absolute great ride this from Paco Castagna, who gated perfectly, and that was virtually that. As we've got one lap left to go, then Paco's riding the perfect line here, and Richard Lawson's not going to be happy losing a Heat 1 at his home track, as it looks very settled now as we come down the final bends. It's going to be a tapes to flag win for Paco Castagna.
Them tapes were held for a long time there. I know it's automated now. That was a very, very long hold.
It was, wasn't it?
And yeah, Richard Lawson won't be happy with that. There was a part of the start of the season where he wasn't doing very well in Heat 1s. That almost reminded me of that. Ironically, Jimmy said partway through that in the comments, "Are the Pirates going to get a fright tonight?" Well, after one heat, they're losing.
They are.
Heat 1 was won by the rider in yellow, Paco Castagna. Second in red, Richard Lawson. Third in white, Victor Palavara. 2 points to Poole, 4 to Edinburgh, 50 points to 46, the aggregate score.
But it was, yeah. That was a perfect start there from Paco.
He fancied that, didn't he?
He
Ref's
did.
Chris Durno. Can tell that just by looking at him.
He's not the youngest bloke, is he? Is old Christopher?
He usually turns up to Birmingham on a Monday night on his push bike, but he rocked up at Birmingham the other week straight from Birmingham Airport.
What a boy.
So obviously
From old men to young men. We've got Jodie Loftus on screen, who it's safe to say he's struggled a little bit since joining the Monarchs.
I don't know how to say this, but it's Geordie, not Jodie.
I've printed it wrong on my programme.
What a pit. I don't think this is the right riders for this race, Pirates TV. Gate 1, red, Paul Stark. Gate 2, white, Jonathan Grant. Gate 3, blue, William Cairns. Gate 4, yellow, Geordie Loftus.
There we go. Geordie Loftus looks a little bit like Ben Trigger.
Chris says, believe. To be fair, we're watching this as neutrals. We have no vested interest. Well, Palmer does because he's a Scunny fan, and Paul are at Scunny on Friday, so Palmer's doing a bit of scouting to see how Paul get on. I have no real interest in either of these teams, so I can just hopefully watch some good speedway. Kevin says, very sunny night here in Kings Lynn.
Pick up the young stars. The start Martin walked away for race number 2, and it's a very solid start there for Jonathan Grant, and Paul Stark's now pushing him all the way, and Geordie Loftus has got round the outside there of William Cairns. So it's the Monarchs currently on another 4-2 situation. Jonathan Grant really just gated well, and he's just leading by example. Cairns is now starting to put a little bit of pressure on Loftus towards the rear of the field, and looks to come underneath him. Loftus says, "Oh no, you're not." So I'm sure Cairns will try a little bit more, but Jonathan Grant there out in front is built up quite a bit of a lead now over Paul Stark, and the big battle is for the third place. And Geordie Loftus is just really holding the line over Will, and Will is trying absolutely everything, but it's just not working out at the current point of time for him. He's got one lot left to go to try and rectify this for the Pirate supporters. Will arguably looks faster than Geordie Loftus here, but this is going to be a big shock for the Bucks, especially when we didn't really expect Loftus to get anything, and well, the Monarchs certainly scaring the Pirates.
Will Cairns looked like he dropped the clutch first there as well, and he just never dragged to the corner. He definitely got away initially really quickly, and he just never dragged him there. Got pincered between the two Monarchs, and are we on for another upset here for Poole?
I wouldn't look into this too much just yet. We've still got another 13 races to go.
Heat number 2 was won by the rider in white, Jonathan Grant, second in red, Paul Stark, and third in yellow, Geordie Loftus. 2 points to Poole, 4 to Edinburgh, and the aggregate closes again. It's now 52 points to Poole, 50 points to Edinburgh. Pronounce Monarchs properly, shocking bias views. And the 2 minutes is on for Heat 3. We've watched a fair bit of Poole this year, actually, on a Wednesday when we're not watching Oxford, and this pairing for Poole, this is generally a heat where Poole are quite strong in.
It can be. It's one of them, like we sort of discussed earlier. You never know which Lewis Kerr's going to turn up.
It's true.
You know, you've got a Lewis Kerr who's either going to score you 12 points or 2 points and no in between.
It's true. Heat number 3, gate 1 in white, Justin Sedgman. Gate 2, blue, Zach Cook. Gate 3 in yellow is Kai Thompson. And off the outside in red, Louis Kerr. The track at the moment isn't offering anything other than an inside line. There's nothing on the outside. So if you're missing the starts and you're chasing, there's not a lot you can do at the moment. Kevin says Pirates not got over the big loss at Workington. It is still early days though. We've seen Poole go down by 6 or 8 points at home this season, and they've clawed it back to win. They were behind early on here against Plymouth a few meetings back, weren't they? And they pulled it back and won comfortably. In the end.
There was. Yeah, aggregate's now down to 2, which is making this a bit closer.
It's been a good start from Edinburgh.
That it has. So the boys then coming up to tapes for race number 3. And Start Marshall does his YMCA and walks away as the tapes fly. Away we go. And that's a very solid start there for the Poole pairing, but Justin Sedgman just forces them out wide. Lewis Kerr, where the bloody hell's he going? He went that wide. He's allowed Justin Sedgman to come back up the inside, so it's currently a 3-all situation now with Kai Thompson at the rear of the field. Justin Sedgman now is leading, and he's starting to make a bit of a gap between himself and Lewis Kerr. Zach Cook's there settled in 3rd place, although Kai Thompson's now starting to put a bit of pressure on Zach Cook. But I think Zach's just got just enough of a lead to keep Thompson behind him. Although Thompson did get very close there on the second turn, but for a track that's predominantly an inside line, Thompson's wanting to bet this outside line work, and it just isn't at the minute now. Zach Cook moves out a little bit wide. Thompson's not quite there yet, but Thompson now going wide again, and it's not quite worked out. And that was the end of the race. I thought we had another lap.
Kai Thompson was definitely quicker than Zach there, and Poole are again being caught out by their home track. Now, being a Birmingham fan, I know all too well how easy it is to get caught out by your own home track.
I mean, who'd have thought would have got to E4 and the first 3 races was all won by Monarchs?
I know. I think Sedg's got Neil Evitts on the spanners for him tonight, Sam Masters mechanic. Heat number 3 was won by the rider in white, Justin Sedgman, 2nd in red, Lewis Kerr, and 3rd in blue, Zach Cook, with a winning time of 60.52, 3 apiece, 7.11 on the night, and 55 points to 53 on aggregate. That somewhat steadies the ship for Poole. You know, it's not a heat advantage against, which it had been in the 2 before that, but the need heat advantage is 4 now.
Massively.
And it looks like the Poole boys are dropping the clutches first, and the Edinburgh boys are just being dragged to the first turn. I thought Louis Kerr had done it here, but he got a little bit out of shape.
He did. Just coming out of that second turn, first lap, I thought he was heading to Swindon to see what was going on there. But no, I said he just rode that race perfectly, and he took the Monarchs' 3rd win of the afternoon.
Kevin says, seems a lot of riders not happy in previous meetings of the state of the track. How do you guys rate it? It's going through that phase at the moment where it's the early part of the meeting. It's got to produce a second line. I think it will. We haven't really seen too many bad meetings, dare we say, from Poole this season, so it may come good in the end. But we're on to heat 4 now. Gate 1 in yellow, Geordie Loftus. Gate 2 in blue is William Cairns. Gate 3 in white, Mark Palmtoft. Gate 4 in red, Anders Rowe. Now, with Anders not being
The
fully...
reserve switch. Mush. It's Jonathan Grant in
It
in
is
yellow.
Jonathan Grant, yeah. They're trying to edge this gap early on, aren't they? And
Yeah.
with Anders not being fully fit, the last thing he's going to want is the pressure of having to go out there and win and hope that Cairns can do something. But gates 3 and 4 have been awful so far. Gate 1 is the place to be, which is probably why they've done the reserve switch where they have. Because Jonathan Grant looks solid in heat 2.
He did look very fast, didn't he? Is it just me, or does Jonathan Grant's bikes look a bit like Declan Kennedy's?
They look like a
Just without the paint.
combination of Declan Kennedy and Kai Thompson's.
They do a bit, don't they? The start Marshall then walks away for heat number 4. The tapes rise, away we go. I think Tofty had a little bit of a nibble there, but it's William Cairns that gets there first. Anders Rowe blasted himself round the outside there to join William Cairns there on a 5-1. Cairns has got to be careful here to not knock Anders Rowe off, as Anders Rowe looks so uncomfortable coming round them bends. But the Pirates currently on a 5-1 situation. Michael Palmtoft there struggling towards the rear of the field. And this is going to level it all up on the afternoon at 12 apiece. Although Jonathan Grant's going wide, he's trying absolutely everything to get closer to William Cairns here, but Cairns is just twisting that thing on his bike that makes it go faster, and he's starting to gain a bit of a lead now over Grant. But fair play to Grant, though, this is full commitment. Anders Rose, after that first lap, is not showing any signs of discomfort at the current point of time. He looks back to see where Will Cairns is. He's realises he's just there behind him, and it's going to be an equal meeting once again as the Pirates take a 5-1.
Jimmy says we seem to be way behind the action on track. There will be a little bit of a lag between the YouTube and the stream and stuff. It's just the way internet works, unfortunately. So there will be about a 20 to 30 second lag from what you're watching to what we're seeing and what's coming through to you. That was a brilliant ride from Will Cairns. That was a mature ride because he gated, looked over his shoulder going down the back straight, saw it was Anders, left in the room, and Anders come round, and Cairns, he rode a really good line to hold his second spot. And he's broke down after the race.
As you do.
Good bit of fortune there for Will. And since he debuted for Poole a couple of weeks ago, he's made his Premiership debut. He's guested in the main body for Redcar at Edinburgh. He's had 2 Rising Star guest bookings. He looks bloody knackered. A bit red there, pal.
I think he's just caught the sun a little bit.
I think he's more red than the outer casing of the red light. Result of heat number 4 was a win for the rider in red, Anders Rowe, winning time 61.51. Second in blue, William Cairns, and third in yellow, Jonathan Grant. 5-1 to Poole, ties us up at 12 apiece on the night, and Poole retake that 6-point aggregate lead at 60 points to 54. With the track grade now on, we'll have a look at what's going on at Kings Lynn. There's been 2 races ran at Kings Lynn so far. Heat 1 was won by Jody Scott. It was one of them dodgy scores as well, actually. Heat 1 was won by Jody Scott from Jamie Etherington in second. Freddie Hodder was disqualified for a fall, and Aaron Butcher retired with a 3-2 to Kings Lynn to open up. Heat 2 was won by Callum Mitchell. Second, Ryan Ingram, and third, Harrison Rogers. Jamie Etherington fell and was disqualified with a 4-2 to Kings Lynn. 7 points to 4 after 2.
I have just had a word from Ryan Ingram's oldest sister about Jamie. He's cartwheeled it down the back straight and he's currently holding his arm in a bit of pain.
Oh dear.
Good job we haven't got a National League meeting for another week and a bit.
Yeah, you rate Jamie Etherington quite highly, don't you?
I do. is a solid enough rider. He was brilliant for the Steelers at reserve, and he wasn't as good on Sunday as he was when he was at reserve because he's moved up into the main body of the team now for the Steelers. But he still held his own. So, I rate him and Cooper Russian as two that can go far if the Reds are in it.
Should we have a quick chinwag about Kevin's
Oh,
question? What are your
is
opinions
this the
on
one about?
the amalgamation of the two leagues? Yeah.
Apologies, I was just having a drink of OJ. I think we do need to go down to one league.
Mm.
Obviously with Birmingham announcing that they're going to be closing at the end of the season, and rumours spreading around quickly at a couple of other Premiership tracks either shutting down or not running at Championship level, at Premiership level. Sorry, next season. I think it is something that we do need to look at, and I mean I've heard rumours of what the format may be, but I do think British Speedway needs to take 2 steps backwards to then hopefully go 4 steps forward in the future.
Chris says, sounds like another Gators track. It's more common these days. It is, unfortunately. There isn't a lot of passing anywhere, really, at the moment. Tracks are notoriously being more difficult to prepare and difficult to offer up good racing on. A lot of riders have said that this year.
They have, but it's one of them. Like, love him or loathe him, I do work for Rob Godfrey at Scunthorpe, and he said to me numerous occasions, especially with the fact that it's quite warm in the UK at the moment, it's very difficult to prepare a consistent track.
And obviously Scunny's notoriously a good track, but Scunny for the first half on BSN the other night was the worst I've seen it for a long time.
It's a weird one because, like, for like yourself and me, we thought it looked different, but to the Scunny boys, apart from a certain Australian that I won't name,
I know who you mean.
complained about it. Said it was good, sorry.
We're on to Heat 5. Gate 1 in red, Lewis Kerr. Gate 2, yellow, Paco Castagna. Gate 3 in blue, Zach Cook. Gate 4 in white, Victor Palavara. Zach Cook is off the gate. That's not won a race yet. The others have won at least one. And Gate 1 has won 2. Lewis Kerr is in prime position here. And to be fair, he can gate as well.
You can.
Which always helps.
Oh, yeah. I can tell you that Jamie Etherington's equipment's been packed away in the van, and it sounds like he's withdrawn from proceedings this evening.
That's a busy night for Ingram then.
Good pay packet and all that. I'll buy him a Mac. He's on the way home.
He's having a good season, to be fair. He's Ingram, and you were at Leicester last weekend, and I just remember your message. What a ride by Ingram!
Oh my! That race he had with Luke Harris to win Heat 2 was, you don't get that sort of racing anywhere else. National League is really good to watch if you get the chance to see it. Tape Sly up anyway for Heat number 5. Away we go. It's a very good start there again from Paco Castagna, who's got the lead once again. And there's the 2 Pirates boys there in the second and third place positions, although Victor Palavara is looking to put Zach Cook under a lot of pressure here, and Palavara now looking to use the inside line, which has been working, although we've just had a bit of a track raid. So and it is still working because Zach Cook's just got himself on that inside line and just pulled away from Palavara. Now we've got to the bends. Palavara looking to try and use the outside run a bit. Palavara looks a bit quicker than Zach Cook here, but I I think Zach's just holding the right lines, and again, this one's quite spaced out at the minute. I mean, well, obviously you guys can't see this, but on the stream, Paco Castaña's that far in front. He definitely could go to Burger King, get himself a Whopper meal, come back, and he'd still win the race, and he'd have time to eat it as they come round the last two bends. And I think that's a free all.
Yeah, I think so. Zach Cook's got no speed at all in that bike, though. He's having to ride a lot more defensively than he'd like. He's just got nothing in that engine that's working at the moment.
100%.
Paco looks fired up, 2 wins out of 2, and this move back up to number 2 for Paco is working out at the moment for Edinburgh. Entertainer is Paco, and we've got the league's 2 entertainers in the same meeting, both at number 2 actually, so we've got a chance of a little bit of showmanship after Heat 8 if one of Paco or Tobias Thompson managed to take the win. Obviously donuts Toby likes to do. Paco does some very eccentric wheelies. And the result of Heat 5 was a win for the rider in yellow, Paco Castaña, with a winning time of 60.54. Second in red, Lewis Kerr, and third in blue, Zach Cook. Points divided 3 apiece makes it 15 all on the night, and 63 points to 57 on aggregate.
But it is.
Kevin, not much team riding nowadays. Loved the sport in the 70s and 80s on the old 2 valves, where a lot of track craft with riders was more apparent. Today the bikes are too fast for British tracks. There isn't a lot of team riding nowadays, to be fair.
It's it used to be a fine art, but it's not a thing anymore. You do see it a bit at Scunny quite a lot. I know Jake Allen likes to look after his younger colleagues if he's out with them. Like he's had some stunning races with Luke Harrison where his team rode to perfection and let Luke get the win on the line. So it is still a thing. It's just not very very common.
To be fair, it's easy with someone like Jake because you know Luke's fine to peg it round the outside, so Jake can just peg it to the inside. Heat 6, Gate 1. Talking of Scunny, Gate 1, White, the former Scunthorpe number 1, now the Edinburgh number 5, Michael Palmtoft. Gate 2 in red, Richard Lawson. Gate 3 in yellow is Jonathan Grant, and off the outside in blue, Tobias Thompson. Gate 3 is still a graveyard. I must say, I'm surprised Geordie Loftus hasn't been brought into this one.
I think they'll just give him his 3, 2, 8, and 14.
And
I've already written Michael 0 in here.
Richard Lawson won't take too kindly to being beat in Heat 1, so I do feel a little bit for the old palm tree here. And Gate 1 and 2 have both got 2 wins apiece now as well, so...
It's like at Workington, his first 2 rides, he was unsub Richard Lawson. But then, first 2 rides out of the way, he went unbeaten. So, heat number 6, the Star Marshal then, walking away very gingerly. The tapes rise, they were very, very fast, and it's a brilliant start there from Jonathan Grant. Richard Lawson, though, straight up the inside there to take that front position, and he's now only really going to extend his lead over the 2 Monarchs that are in second and third place position. Tobias Thompson's putting some pressure on Michael Palmtoft, but Tobias seems to be really struggling at home recently, and it's it must be starting to be a concern for Pirates management, as it's still a 3-all situation at the moment. It's starting to get a little bit dusty now here at Wimborne Road, but Richard Lawson riding like a man possessed. He's out there in front. He can go to Swindon, come back, and he'll still win race. Jonathan Grant's impressing in the second place position. He almost looks faster than Richard Lawson here, but Lawson just holding the right line. And thanks, Tofty, you've ruined me programme.
I was just going to say, Tofty heard you and thought, screw you. Yeah, Tobias Thompson's got to be a concern for Poole. He looked fantastic at Scunny the other night, guessed him for Plymouth, but he looks crap, let's be honest. He looks crap tonight so far.
Do you reckon the Pirates management have put a bit extra pressure on him and he's struggling to take it?
I don't know, but I don't think I've ever seen him ride this bad for Poole since he joined them last year.
No.
And he's a nice fella, to be fair, but he's not doing a job lately. And it don't help that they're having such gaps between home meetings. But you know, it's not as if he's that cold. He's done some guest rides here and there. The result of Heat 6 was a win for the rider in red, Richard Lawson, with a winning time of 60.98. Second in yellow, Jonathan Grant, and third in white, Mark Palmtoft. Points divided again, 18 all on the night, and 66 points to 60 on aggregate.
There it is.
Toby went for that wide, high, wide, and handsome line, and he didn't go wide or handsome. He almost backed out of it once he got there.
He did a little bit. And yeah, he just went on that little jet to holiday to no man's land, didn't he?
Oh God, he did. You had to get that in, didn't you? Quick, someone
Nothing
tell
beats the
Geordie
jet to
Loftus
holiday.
the sun's come out and get them shades back on now.
Sun's come out. He's just taken them off.
We're on to Heat 7. I assume there'll be another track raid after this one. Anders Rose back out. Looked a touch uncomfortable in the last in his first race, but he still won it. Justin Sedgman's off the favoured gate here, and Paul Stark is off the unfavoured gate here. The full lineup of Heat 7, Gate 1 in red, Anders Rowe, Gate 2 in white, Justin Sedgman, Gate 3 in blue, Paul Stark, and off Gate 4 in, well, fluorescent green is Kai Thompson. That's definitely not yellow. It's the same colour as the fella's high vis behind him.
It's it could do with being a shade darker, couldn't it?
Boyzone have changed a little bit.
Just a tad, haven't they?
Take that, going through the difficult years.
Aging wrongly.
Aging years by the day.
Medical team there are having a bit of a giggle to themselves. As the riders now starting to come into position for heat number 7. And Anders Rowe, last one to be fired up and ready. The Star Marshal walks away. Anders Rowe definitely has a nibble there, and rightfully so. The Reds are straight on.
Yeah, we'll be warned for that double clutch. That didn't touch tapes, but definitely moved. And Justin Sedgman's lucky to have not gone through him, because he's looking straight over Anders. Yeah, he hadn't touched him. That just went up before we could touch him, but he definitely moved, and he'll definitely be warned for that. So they're all going back to the pits. Well, to the pit gate. No need, is there? I'm going to sound like Calvin Tatum now.
There isn't that much of a need. The only thing I can maybe think of is that at the start the clutches have overheated a little bit and they just want a little bit of a cooling down. So just take your goggles off and blow on them and it'll cool down like a candle.
But this is... Yeah, they don't need to be there, do they? They've gone about 10 yards.
It's a weird one because, like, when we're watching on the stream like we are, it could become a bit frustrating for us. But I don't know about anybody else, but for me, I don't mind it when we're at the meetings because it adds to the night out. But I'm one of these saddos that doesn't really get out much outside of speedway time and going food shopping, so it's nice to have a bit of a night out.
Same 4 riders, same 4 gates. It doesn't say on here, but I assume Anders Rowe will have been warned as well. Wow.
Are you just looking at the Kent updates?
From Heat 4?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What a boy.
What a boy indeed.
Oh, Unfortunately, Luke won't be at work tomorrow because he's riding at Ipswich for Kings Lynn, so I won't be able to talk to him about it. Tate's rise for heat number 7, and it's a very good start there for the Edinburgh Monarchs duo. Who not Paco, that's Kai Thompson that's got himself out in front, and Anders Rowe there wrestling himself to get into the second place position, but Kai Thompson there winning. Well, he's got quite a lead now over Anders Rowe, and Rowe's got a bit of a gap over Justin Sedgman with Paul Stark at the back. And this is why I kind of mentioned Kai Thompson as my man to watch. You know, he sort of, from what he said in Speedway Star, you know, he can't really afford the food shops when he's been a bit crap. So he's had that little kick up the arse, and he's certainly impressing in this one as we go into the last lap now, and it's the Monarchs on a 4-2 advantage at the current point of time. And Pirates, I don't quite think they'll be running scared yet, but it's certainly squeaky bum time for the hosts.
It is. Sanders Rowe was fighting that bike again. He tried to throw him off the back from the start, and he got it down and dive bombed straight up the inside of Justin Sedgman coming off 2, and he needed to. He looked the quicker of the two, but passing's still at a premium. And Edinburgh just edged that gap again a touch.
It's not been the greatest spectacle, has it?
It's not. No, it's from the gate at the moment, isn't it?
We're not
getting a track grade here. We're going to go to 8 before we have a... Which is unusual in Speedway now, and it's usually 4, 7, 11 or 10, depending on who you are. And then a track grade before 15. But we're not having... Or are we? The tape's going down. Because he's putting the chalk down, but the other fella's taking the tapes down. Which one we doing, boys?
Nobody knows.
I don't think these do. Results of Heat 7 was a win for the rider in yellow, Kai Thompson, with a winning time of 60.93. Second in red, Anders Rowe, and third in white, Justin Sedgman. 2 points to Poole, 4 to Edinburgh, 20 points to 22 on the night, and 68 to 64 on aggregate. I'm interested to see Anders Rowe start here, because he looked like he was fighting that bike all the way to the first turn.
He was,
yeah.
He was literally wrestling with it.
Yeah, he was.
Anders Rowe trying to be the big show.
Winchester's just messaged me saying it should be one league next year. I think the majority of us are in the same boat with that. Kevin says Poole always comes strong at the tail end of the match. That's true, but that was a waste of time. That fella putting chalk down, weren't it, when they're track grading? Should we have a look at what's going on at Kent?
Yeah, why not?
I was doing up to 4, weren't I? You were doing the next batch.
There was. I'll have a look now.
So Heat 3 was won by Max Perry with another disqualification. This time it was Cooper Russian that fell and was disqualified. Max Perry took the flag from Vinnie Ford and Luke Harris for a 3-all, making it 10 points to 7. And Heat 4, the shock of the night, the reserve guest Ryan Ingram beating Luke Harrison, with Ben Morley third and Callum Mitchell at the back for 2 points to Kings Lynn, 4 to Kent, to make it 12 points to 11 after 4 races. Massive ride that for Ingram.
I do have a slight update on Jamie.
What's he done?
It's the suspected broken scaphoid.
That's an awkward injury to come back from. He's going to be out for a while. And
I'm gutted for the lad.
That's the last thing that Kent needed. Now there's going to be some 3-rider races, because rider replacement, there's only Luke Harris and the 2 reserves that can take it, and obviously now with Jamie having to pull out of the meeting, there's going to be some 3-rider heats going on here.
And there's no tacticals, I believe, in the National League and Trophy.
No, there isn't. Jimmy says, if you want passing, get yourselves up to Ashfield. And Chris says, Heats 13 and 15 will be very much against Edinburgh. Very weak against other teams' Heat leaders. Palavara started well. Even at number 1, he started well. He overperformed early on, and now he's doing what I think people expected. Talking of Palavara, he gets his first taste of Premiership action tomorrow as he guests for Oxford.
Yeah, there's who's the other one? Mitch McDermott also getting his first taste of Premiership action for his normal Championship side.
I would not be surprised to see Oxford Spires sign Mitch McDermott in place of Craig Cook, who has some damn bad luck with his health issues, COVID and now hospital. It's almost as if he's making it up as he goes along.
It doesn't look good for the old chap, does it?
Kevin says, not enough teams for 2 league, fans fed up with the same teams coming. Imagine a league next year where, Glasgow in one league, I know it'll be a little bit weaker, but Glasgow welcome Bellevue, Glasgow welcome Ipswich, Bellevue welcome Plymouth. It's different.
Let's look at these dream matches and then Bellevue versus Plymouth.
I think at a championship standard with less riders in a squad, a little bit more cost effective for the fans as well. Say, I don't know, 15 quid to watch. That covers your meeting of you don't get your Jack Holders, your Dan Bewleys and that, but you do get to see a variety of opposition and you get a variety of away tracks as well. Because although you can go to these tracks, like if you're a Plymouth fan, you can go to Bellevue in the Premiership. You're not as invested if it's not your own team there, are you? So
No, 100%. And, the thought of, I mean, obviously we talk about this quite a lot, but the thought of having one big league, shorter squads, but all evenly matched squads, it quite excites me. Like the thought of having a Bellevue team come to Scunny, or the thought of having an Ipswich team come to Scunny, it's...
Chris says there's not enough riders for one league. There is if the one league becomes the Danish format of 5-man squads.
It's gonna take some jiggling about.
They're actually going to have to work at the AGM this year, which is why they're not going for their annual piss up to Tenerife.
They're not going to Tenerife this year.
No, it's being done at Rugby.
From Tenerife to Rugby.
That's when you know they've actually got to work.
Yeah, well, there's
Tom
no...
Brennan's in the pits.
What, boy?
With Will Cairns. Someone who's there with Will Cairns.
That's Paul Cairns there. That's the owner of Leicester.
Oh, okay. Never seen the fella.
I don't know who that other fella is with the mullet on his head. That looks about 80. But yeah, the geezer there in the brown shorts and the white hairs, Paul Cairns, the owner of the Leicester Lions.
For some reason, I thought he'd look different to that. Don't ask me why.
And Paul Stark and Richard Lawson here, just having a bit of a chin wag, pointing to the camera.
Paul Stark's a funny one. There's been some meetings where he's looked really crap, but he, dare I say, he's a little bit better now than he has been.
He's done his job for his average.
There's a bit of pressure off him now because it's the pressure. The eyes have all gone on to Cairnsey. It is interesting to see Tom at Poole, obviously not doing the Championship League this year, but still fondly remembered at Poole for the league winning title team last year. A track which, by his own admission, he didn't particularly go well at, and then he made it a fortress for himself when he was there last year.
He did. A lot of riders tend to do that. They go to a track that they don't particularly enjoy riding and then they make it their own. I remember when Richie Worrell went to Somerset. He couldn't ride it for toys, and he went there and he made it his own.
Couldn't ride it for love nor money, and then got it dialed in.
That's the one. That was the phrase I was meant to have said.
For toys. I like that one. I liked it miles better. Anders Rowe with a rather unique looking safety thing. He's got an MX safety thing on where he's got it's not in his vest, it's not built in, it's like a brace over the top of it.
If it's extra protection for his neck, then fair play.
5-man teams, that will reduce the wage bill. How many heats in a meeting with 5-man teams? I'm sure Denmark do. I think it might be 14 heats.
14.
14. So you're only losing one race, but 2 riders less. That's a slightly weaker standard, but also a slightly reduced price, and you've got enough riders to go around then. We're on track with Heat 8. At Gate 1 in blue, William Cairns. Gate 2 in yellow is Jonathan Grant coming in to replace Geordie Loftus. This is an interesting tactic. Now Geordie Loftus in the second half is going to have 2 rides. Gate 3 in red is Tobias Thompson, struggling on the night and is off the gate with no wins. And off Gate 4 in white, unbeaten up to this point, Paco Castagna. You've got to say, this heat favours Edinburgh.
100%.
Cairnsey looked solid enough in his last one, and to be fair, Tobias has looked crap, so it is all going to be on Cairnsey, I think.
And Kenzie was very much team rode home in his last one with Anders, wasn't he? So
yeah. Paco's look quick though, and Gate 4's doing solid enough. 1 and 4 have got 2 wins apiece. Gate 2 has got 3, so Jonathan Grant is on the favoured gate, and Gate 3 has got sod all. So it doesn't get a lot easier for Tobias Thompson, really.
100%. So the Star Marshal then walks away for heat number 8. The tapes rise, however, it goes decent, fairly even start there, but it's Tobias Thompson and Jonathan Grant that get there, but it's Thompson that has the lead now with Grant in second, Kenzie in third, and Paco Castagna at the rear of the field.
Hold on
This
to
isn't
it.
what
We want donuts. Kenzie comes through.
Kenzie through and joining Tobias Thompson now on a 5-1, and this is what everybody's been saying. The Monarchs, the Pirates, sorry, they turned the style on in the last half of the meeting, and Jonathan Grant is trying absolutely everything to get around the outside here of Will Cairns, but he's just going backwards, and if he's not careful, he's going to be saying hello to that air fence as Paco Castagna's just come through. Who said there was no passing at Poole? Jonathan Grant's retired, and Tobias Thompson, he must be very, very frustrated. He can produce 2 poor rides, and now he'll just come out like this and absolutely blitz heat number 8.
Give us some donuts, and that was a brilliant ride from Tobias Thompson. He dealt with Paco straight away in the first turn, and Cairns, a good ride to come through. No donuts, that's disappointing. Go round, come on, listen to Midlow, get round here. Come on, get round, we want donuts. Nope, you ain't doing it. Boo. No. Cairns is coming round for his lap of honour. That's disappointing. Imagine if he runs a last in 10 now and we don't get any opportunity for any donuts. Brilliant ride by Cairns, he made the inside work.
Maybe Tobias will run round the crowd to give everybody high fives instead.
Cairns looked knackered when he did that last time. I don't think he'll be doing that again. And he's popping a wheelie round the corners as you do like. I'd love to be that
As
young.
you do.
Love to be that young and agile. And that thin as well, to be honest.
We was that young at one point. Not necessarily that thin, but we was that young at one point.
Feels like a while ago now for me, Mush. Result of heat number 8 was a win for the rider in red, Tobias Thompson. Second in blue, William Cairns, and third in white, Paco Castagna. 5-1 to Poole, 73 points to 65, the aggregate score. And for the first time on the night, Poole take the lead, and that's the first heat win off gate number 3.
And the first time Paco was being beat.
Yeah. The crowd's not too bad. I remember the crowd question earlier. The crowd's not too bad. I've seen better. I've seen worse. Geordie Loftus is coming in this one. Off gate 4.
This has got 5-1 to Poole written all over it.
It has. I think, yeah. Palm Toft's been crap. Although Zach ain't looked very good either, to be honest. And Louis will be.
I know, but he's looked a bit better than Tofty.
You've got a point. Louis will be hoping to make it 2 wins in the last 2 races off gate 3. Gate 1 in blue, Zach Cook. Gate 2 in white, Michael Palm Toft. Gate 3 in red, Lewis Kerr. Gate 4 in yellow, reserve change, Geordie Loftus. It's taken up to 8 races for Poole to get the lead on the night at home.
I just wanted to
Danny Potter
scare
looking
the.
very focused.
He's just checking to see if he's got the right lottery numbers.
How does it go? I like short shorts. Come on, Danny. There's kids in the crowd. Put them away. We've still got 12
And
people watching us.
again, drop your thoughts in the comments. Tell us we're good. Tell us we're crap. If you tell us we're crap, or we might go and cry. Just drop a comment. Drop us a question. Talk to us. Talk to us.
We don't bite.
There's unless you have cake, then we definitely bite. We're not thin boned. Let's put it that way. The start Marshall walks away for eight number 9. The tapes right away we go. And it's the Pirates that have made an absolute dream start there. And we said this has got Poole 5-1 written all over it. And Lewis Kerr's already built up a massive lead. Michael Palmtoft is challenging Zach Cook at the moment, but it's not really working out. Geordie Loftus is just sort of just like chilling at the back. Maybe he's still got his sunglasses on, who knows? But the big race is for second and third here with Zach Cook and Michael Palmtoft. Lewis Kerr's checked out. He's gone. He can go to Plymouth and see how things are going down there at the minute. But I think Zach's just got enough in the tank to keep this second position. And from two races ago, being 2 in front, the Monarchs, if they're not careful, they're going to be going to 6 down and into that lovely tactical territory. But as we come round the final couple of bends, Lewis Kerr, absolute sublime from the gate. Zach Cook there, solid second place, and there we have it.
I don't know whether it's an engine issue or a setup issue or something. Zach looks so slow.
He didn't look great, did he?
He looks. It's a good job he can defensively ride because there's no speed in that bike whatsoever. And as you say, all of a sudden Edinburgh fall into tactical territory. Now, you don't really want to be playing a tactical in Heat 10 against Richard Lawson, do you?
In a word, Bush, no. Probably put. Do you take Paco out of 11, or do you dare to say do you take Palavara out of 11?
Yeah, and put maybe Sedgy in. Heat number 9 was won by the rider in red, Louis Kerr, with a winning time of 61.68. Second in blue, Zach Cook, and third in white, Mark Palmtoft, 5-1 to Poole. 30 points to 24 on the night, 78 to 66 on aggregate. Poole 12 points away from wrapping up the aggregate, but they're going to want to kick on now and win on the night as well. You never want to lose at home, really, do you? Gary May there, just having himself a chill out.
Well, Gary May's often at Poole, isn't he? Has he come from a wedding or something? Looks very smartly dressed.
He looks very dapper, doesn't he?
He does a bit, doesn't he?
To ask Thompson, whatever he changed for Heat 8, let's hope he's stuck with that because he looked a lot better in Heat 8.
We want donuts.
We do want donuts, and for once, not the edible kind. And to be fair, he's off. Well, Gate 1's been solid enough.
It's been alright, hasn't it? So,
no tactical in this one, though. Gate 1 in blue is Tobias Thompson. Gate 2 in yellow, Kai Thompson. Gate 3 in red, Richard Lawson, who's looking to make it 3 out of the last 3 off Gate 3. And in Gate 4 in white is Justin Sedgman.
That it is.
And Gate 3 has suddenly come to the party.
Took its time, like. Maybe its invite got lost in the post.
Were you just about to say we've only been going for an hour and we're already at Heat 10?
Yeah.
Every time we say a meeting's going nice and quickly, we end up having a crash in the second half and it slows it all down.
I forget intervals happen.
It's because Scunny never used to have one, did they? Richard Lawson don't like that bit of chalk, does he?
No, that looks like a club toilet now on a Friday evening. If you know, you know, and if you don't know, you don't need to know.
If you know, you know, and if you don't know, just live in ignorance. Leonard, hi lads, doing a good job. Thanks for the live chat. Scunny to get the win on Friday. Hopefully be there on Friday. Yeah, Palmer, you can meet a watcher.
It'd be an absolute pleasure to beat you guys at Scurry on Friday if you're here at the Tapes Rise Go for 810. The Poole boys there, just absolutely sublime from the gates there. Richard Lawson just having a quick look back to see where Toby was. Realised Toby was in second. We might get these donuts still if we're really lucky. Justin Sedgman's trying to do everything to get underneath Tobias Thompson and Paco. Not Paco, it's Kai Thompson. I keep getting mixed up. I forget the swap numbers. I do apologise. I do apologise, folks. I'll put my hand up to that. It's currently the Pirates on a third successive 5-1 at the current point of time. And when do Edinburgh start hitting the panic button now? As we come into the next lap. I'm not sure which one it is. I think this one's the last lap. Yeah, so it is. Thanks, Start Marshall, for holding the flag up. We appreciate it, pal. As Richard Lawson now is looking back to see where Tobias Thompson is. Richard's starting to slow down a little bit. He's open. Tobias goes round the outside.
Honey,
just
let's
like
see.
that.
We want donuts. Get it round here, Toby. Come on, son.
We want donuts now.
Good ride from Richard there. That'll do Toby's confidence the world of good. Properly slowed down to let him take the win there. And go on, give us some donuts. We want donuts. And Richard Lawson,
For those that don't know us, we are quite fat.
We are, yeah, but that's not the donuts we want. We want the Tobias Thompson version. Come on, he's doing it. He's coming. Here we go.
There we go.
I love the fact he didn't do them after 8. He had the confidence to know he'd be doing them after 10 instead. Although he has just knocked off the shell onto the centigrade. And,
he looks happy with that. Fair play to the guy.
What a turnaround, because he started looking really poor and he's won his last 2 rides. That a little bit of help there from Richard Lawson in that one, but good win there for him, and that'll do his confidence the world of good. And we spoke earlier about team riding, not necessarily a team ride there, but a team sort of gesture by Lawson slowing down to let Toby have the 3 points. And heat number 10 was won by the rider in blue, Tobias Thompson, with an exact same winning time as the last one, 61.68. Second in red, Richard Lawson, and third in white, Justin Sedgman. Suddenly, that Edinburgh lead has completely gone. 35 points to 25 in Poole's favour, 83 points to 67 on aggregate. And gates 1 and 3 have definitely come to the party in the last couple as well.
They have. I think Poole have virtually got this one nailed now.
Yeah, I think you're right. 7 points needed for the aggregate. They're 10 up for the win on the night as well. I'd probably expect a tactical ride to come in here, although after his first one, Sedgy hasn't done a lot.
No.
And Palavara keeps his spot.
Pavlova's here.
He won't take Paco out. Paco's got 7 points from 3 rides. Paco won't be taken out. And he's there. So there's no tactical in this one either. Do they put it in for one of the reserves in 12? Because Jonathan Grant has not been great after his first win. He looked fantastic in 2, but even with the extra points he's got since, he's not looked great, and he's been subbed in a couple of times for Loftus as well.
Yeah, he has. And Loftus has still got to have another ride.
He has, yeah. Heat number 11, gate 1 in white, Victor Palavara. Gate 2 in red is Anders Rowe. Gate 3 in yellow is Paco Castagna. And off gate 4 in blue is Paul Stark. So Edinburgh are on the favourite gates this time. Will they make them count? And the gates are actually plumb even overall, but in recent races, it's 1 and 3 are working better, but 2 and 3 have both got 3 wins each. 1 and 4 have got 2 wins each. That's a hell of a lot of chalk.
That just looks like a good Friday night, that mush.
It looks like it's been snowing. Jimmy says, like the possibility of 1 league, but not the 5-man teams. 1 league with 7-man teams won't work. There's not enough riders for that. If you're going to have 1 league, you've got to sacrifice at least a rider per team, but potentially 2.
It's going to be an interesting winter, innit?
The only way that works is if every team has to have 2-point reserves at National League standard riders.
On to tonight, the Tapes has risen for heat number 11, and it's a very good start there for the Edinburgh boys, but Anders Rowe just blinding himself up the inside there, but Victor Palavara around the outside. Paco Castagna up the inside there of Anders Rowe as well. Who told you there's no passing at Poole? Anders Rowe looks really uncomfortable, but he just about gets around the outside of Paco Castagna. The Monarchs fight back is on. Paco's now looking to come back up the inside here of Anders Rowe. It's neck and neck as they go down the back straight. Anders keeps looking to see where Paco is. Anders now just shuts the door on Paco, and it's starting to leave Paul Stark time and room to get around Paco Castagna, but it's not quite worked out yet, and it's a 4-2 advantage to the Edinburgh Monarchs as it stands. But Victor Palavara is showing what he's done all season long, and Rowe goes wide now, and Paco not quite been able to get that inside line working against Anders. This has been probably the best race of the night, to be fair, so far. Anders Rowe so uncomfortable, it's unreal, but the Monarchs taking a big 4-2 there.
And 1 and 3 worked well again. Anders made a decent enough start, but Palavara found a bit of speed. Paco kept Anders on his toes, but Anders held him off. It doesn't look comfortable, and it is a shoulder injury that he got the other night, weren't it? So, you kind of need your shoulders to hold onto your bike. So there could potentially be a world where Anders may have to admit defeat, although he's still scoring the points. He doesn't look fantastic. And as we say, Starkey's been quietly going about his business. He's ran 2 last places and he's being overshadowed by Kenzie.
See, we talk about riders and then they underperform because they know we're talking about them.
Heat number 11 was won by the rider in white Victor Palavara, second in red Anders Rowe, and third in yellow Paco Castagna with a winning time of 61.2. 2 points to Poole, 4 points to Edinburgh, 37 points to 29 on the night, 85 points to 71 on aggregate. I think we'll see the Edinburgh Tactical coming in 12. Now, will we get 12 before we get the interval? No, because the tapes have just been took down.
No, so we've got a bit of a quicker interval here at Poole.
Do you want to have a look what's going on over at Kings Lynn?
Oh, go on then. We'll have a look. Of course, we'll have a look. When BSN app decides to load on my phone. Thanks, BSN app. Ooh. So, after 7 races, it is 23 points to the Young Stars, 18 points to Kent, and I believe the last race we left you at was heat number 4. Mm-hmm. Heat number 5 was won by Cooper Russian, followed in second in blue by Max Perry, and the third place in yellow, Frederick Hodder. That was a 3-rider race. Same thing, innit? That was a 5-1, making the progressive scores 17 points to 12. And then in heat number 6, Ryan Ingram come in for Jamie Etherington, which was won by Jody Scott. Ben Morley come second. Ryan Ingram come third as Aaron Butcher retired. And then heat number 7. Oh my God!
What?
I hope you sat down comfortably here.
Oh God, I've just seen.
Heat 7 was won by Vinnie Ford. Second in red was Luke Harrison. But the big news here, I'm very, very proud. Harrison Rogers has scored a point.
With Luke Harris retiring.
Yeah, that's the point. Harrison Rogers has scored a point.
Dare I say, Ryan Ingram, on paper, based off of tonight, is favourite to win Heat 8. Because Aaron Butcher ain't finished the race yet. And Callum Mitchell came last.
Plymouth fans will be shaking in their boots hearing that.
Ryan Ingram 6-1 from 3 rides so far. And Luke Harris 1-1. Ingram, on paper, is the favourite to win this race. Just let that sink in for a moment. You saw Ingram last year in the British Youth, didn't you? Before he was in the National League and everything. And I remember you messaging me saying he cannot start for SH1T.
No, he's improved hell of a lot. He's done a lot of winter practice and amateur meetings and everything. And after seeing him at 6, 7 years old, pretending to be a speedway rider on his push bike up and down his drive. To doing the real thing, it's almost like a little proud dad moment.
And we will have a breather after Heat 8. I want to see how Ingram gets on first. For a live reaction to how D&D Media sponsored rider Ryan Ingram does. Against
D&D Media poster boy.
Yeah, against a rider who's just been signed in the championship as well, but hasn't finished a race yet here.
Talking of championship, I went on the British Speedway Forum last night because I like to have a bit of a laugh before I go to bed.
The most reliable source for any speedway information.
Somebody put on the Plymouth thread, right? Bearing in mind Ryan's only 15, why not give Ryan Ingram a go in the Gladiators?
Oh dear. Oh no. When is he 16? You know him a bit better than I do. He ain't long term 15, has he?
January, I think. The end of January.
Same as Cooper Rusham.
Similar, yeah. But we're not having a break, Bush.
Are they on already?
But Lewis Kerr's out on track anyway.
Jeepers, we are getting on with it. Ah well, we weren't having a break then. Who wants a break anyway?
They want to be done for 9 o'clock, so it's John Campbell's bedtime.
Long way back up to Scotland from Poole, innit?
Not if you're Alan. He could do that in half an hour.
Geordie Loftus looks so... they've gone to the phone. Is that Josh Krasonic? Looks like Josh Krasonic.
I'm not sure.
He very much looked like Josh Krasonic. Don't know. We've got riders out on track. I don't know what the issue is, but Poole are the 2 minutes on. The light was flashing, so 2 minutes are on. So this isn't Poole trying to force the issue. Victor Palavara's in yellow. Heat number 12, gate 1 in yellow. Tactical substitute. Victor Palavara replaces Jonathan Graham. Gate 2 in red, Louis Kerr. Gate 3 in white, Justin Sedgman. Gate 4 in blue, William Cairns, who's unbeaten from his last 2 outings after running a last in Heat 2. He's got a paid win and a paid win.
That he has. Big Heat number 12. This is almost poo or bust for the Monarchs, this, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And
the
Edinburgh management were definitely on the blower to the ref about something, though. They weren't happy with something there.
Who knows? And mind you, maybe there was just a little bit late telling the referee that they were putting Victor in.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. Kai Thompson needs an haircut.
I'm going to say it must be well up with that haircut. I remember when my hair was that long.
And me, I ain't had hair like that since COVID when we couldn't go and get it cut. Those were the days when we were queuing up outside the shops to get some shopping.
Oh, I remember them days where it was illegal to touch people. And everybody just saw you walking up and they just throw themselves into the bushes. Sometimes. Big Black COVID as the Star Rusher walks away for Heat number 12. Away we go. And Lewis Kerr's made an absolute sublime start there, and William Cairns just round the outside there. Victor Palavara back up the inside there of Will Cairns, and now Sedge is looking to put some pressure on Will Cairns. Cairns, he goes wide. What can Sedge do? Can Sedge get himself up the inside? Yes, he can, but Will Cairns is back round the outside. It's neck and neck as they go into the first and second turns. Sedge is just about got there, has he? Just, yes, but now Will Cairns is back around the outside there of... Who told you there's no passing at Poole? This is brilliant, this. As Lewis Kerr is away and gone, he's checked out. And Sedge looks a lot quicker than Kenzie here on track, but Kenzie's just got that little bit too much of a lead now, and it's going to be a big 4-2 to the Pirates as we've got one lap left to go. Lewis Kerr, absolutely sublime gate that was, and he's certainly shutting a few people up this evening, isn't he? As Victor Palavara's there in the second position, and Sedge is retired.
That was a fantastic ride from Will Cairns. Louis Kerr did it from the gate. That was as easy as you like from the gate. Will Cairns was there initially, and Palavara slammed him off the back straight fence, which gave Sedgy the opportunity. But Will Cairns showed some real maturity there to go around Sedgy and then cut straight back to the inside to block any opportunity of him coming back through. And for someone so young, Will Cairns has got some really good track craft about him.
This is what having Greg Hancock in your back pocket does to you.
And to be honest, with all due respect to Paul Stark, I think Cairns should be in 14 as well.
I wouldn't be surprised to see it.
The aggregate's wrapped up now. Edinburgh can't get back that. But I just think Cairns has earned the last ride. Stark has been crap since the Heat 2. Heat number 12 was won by the rider in red, Louis Kerr, with a winning time of 61.61. Second in yellow, the tactical substitute Victor Palavara. And third in blue, William Cairns. 4-2 to Poole makes it 41-31 on the night and 89-73 on aggregate.
We still haven't had 8-8 at Kings Lynn.
I've just looked for that, yeah. Ingram's probably having a shower or a nap or something. It's been a busy old night for the fella yet.
I'd be having a nap if I was Ryan, and he's only had 3 rides.
And Poole do gate on a 5-1.
I do. This move here was beautiful from Palavara, and then it was just left to Will to fend off Sedgy, and this was one hell of a ride here from Sedgy. Will just goes wide and Sedgy just blasts himself up the inside, and then there was just neck and neck, and that was virtually it.
Really brave from Cairnsey to be so far to the outside, tucks it in there and away we go, and then clamps Sedgy straight down. Beautiful ride that.
With a very mature head on young shoulders, that.
And the Edinburgh management look absolutely stumped. I'd imagine we may see Geordie Loftus coming in. Well, it'll be in 14 now, one of his programmed ride.
To the surprise of nobody, Ryan Ingram's won Heat 8.
Told ya.
Callum Mitchell comes second, Luke Harris third, and a new Plymouth signing, Aaron Butcher, come last.
Dear, I like Butcher. He's a really nice fella. Spanned for Freddie Lindgren last year when he was at Birmingham. But and he's had a really good season as well. He definitely earned his championship opportunity, but he's having an absolute nightmare at Kings Lynn tonight.
You know it's bad when you're getting beat by Callum Mitchell.
Ingram's doing so well. Ingram will be buzzing off his nut after now. I swear to God that's Josh Grzorek.
Where are we looking?
He's just gone round the corner again. If we see him again, I'll show you. And we're having a little bit of a breather here. That's because Palavara's got 2 on the spin, ain't he? So Palavara's done 11 as his programme, 12 as a tactical, 13 as his programmed. And said he's playing darts with his bottle and the bin.
Did he get it in?
He did.
What a boy. John Campbell's head's really, really shiny.
Who's number 5 for Edinburgh? Because whoever it is, he's not in. Jonathan Grant's in yellow. Jonathan Grant's in yellow.
Tofty been replaced in Heat 13 by a reserve.
Oh,
I've
I
seen
wonder
that
where
before.
we've heard that before. The fella here changing Palavara's wheel. I swear to God, that's Josh Grzorek.
Bend down a little bit more, pal, so I can see your head.
Oh.
No, you don't.
Oh, got to around again.
No, that's not good on it, that.
He looks so much like him.
If he had blonde hair, I'd agree.
We're having a change of wheel here. Tofty's wheels going in 13, just not Tofty. Yeah, Jonathan Grant comes in yellow. Is it time for Edinburgh to put Michael Palm-Toft into the middle order for a bit, get his confidence up? Because he ain't got any. And it is difficult to
put
come
him in the retirement home.
Mate, yeah, I can see what you mean. He does look a bit like Josh Grzorek, though, to be fair. He looks like a hybrid of Josh Grzorek and Dal Wood.
Josh Wood off Timu. Yeah, I'm surprised the pit's wall's still in contact. I'm sure Toft will have thrown his helmet at that a million times.
He just needs a bit of confidence, doesn't he? I didn't see him in the pits then. Maybe he's just gone for a walk to cool off. Because he won't be happy with that. Obviously, you saw him at Scunny last year when he got took out of E13s for Luke Harrison.
Yeah, we certainly heard things go flying about and helmets going into walls and
Stuff.
you know, just the normal stuff when you're a little bit angry with yourself.
Heat 13, Gate 1 in red, Richard Lawson. Gate 2 in white for a third race on the bounce, Victor Palavara. Gate 3 in blue, Anders Rowe. And Gate 4 in yellow is Jonathan Grant, replacing Michael Palm Toft. Victor Palavara's on the favoured gate now. 4 wins for Gate 2, 3 wins for 1 and 3, and 2 wins for Gate 4. But Richard Lawson's looked impeccable since his defeat to Packer in Heat 1, and he usually does bounce back by going unbeaten from that point. Just to make a point of it.
He usually does, but Victor Palavara's also sussed this track out now.
He has, yeah, that's true.
And Jonathan Grant's done his stuff, and Anders Rowe just exists. Fair play to the Edinburgh fan on the home straight there. That's turned up.
Could it have been worth Edinburgh putting Geordie Loftus in this to get him done and put Jonathan Grant in theory in the easier race? To maximise that. There's no point getting a heat advantage here when Geordie Loftus has got to come out in the next one.
What a point.
And he has got a lot of potential as Loftus. He's just got to suss out the tracks. It's difficult coming in mid-season. It's difficult coming in for your first season from the start, let alone in the middle of it.
Oh, 100%. Tapes fly away. We go them for heat number 13. Richard Lawson's got there, and I thought there was going to be carnage there, but Victor Palavara and Anders Rowe was neck and neck down the back straight. Anders just went underneath him like a knife going through hot butter, and I think that's about it now. I think this is virtually wrapped up, about providing any form of slips, trips and falls, as they say in construction. But yeah, a big 5-1 in the cards here for the Poole Pirates that'll give them the win on the night, as well as obviously the aggregate score was wrapped up well in advance. But yeah, standard show this again from Richard Lawson. Will he slow up to allow Anders through to take the win in this one? We'll soon find out. I think we've only got one lap left.
And in front.
He is a bit far in front, isn't he? But I think he's starting to slow up a bit, is he? I'm not sure.
No.
Oh, Richard Lawson could be all the way in Swindon.
He could have walked that bike home. And he's responded well. He definitely doesn't like being beat, especially in Heat 1, and he almost makes it a point to destroy his opposition from there. I'm sure he had a little roll at the start, though.
Just keep rolling.
Brilliant ride from him as well to peg Victor Palavara a little bit into sort of not being able to get past, and Anders Rowe comes straight up the inside. That was a race win that was orchestrated in the pits.
Yes, it was 100%.
And gates 1 and 3 are still the favourites with another win now. 1 and 2 have both got 4 apiece. 3 has got 3. 4 has got 2. Result of 13 was a win for the rider in red, Richard Lawson, with a winning time of 61.62. Second in blue, Anders Rowe. And third in white, Victor Palavara at 5-1 to Poole. 46 points to 32 on the night. And 94.74 on aggregate. We'll leave the aggregate score now because it's all wrapped up. It's done and dusted. It's been signed, sealed and delivered. We'll just focus on the score on the night. I'd like to see Will Cairns come in for Stark here. I think another 4 laps for Cairns on his new home track would do him the world of good. And to be honest, I think he's earned another ride.
He has.
And he has come in for Paul Stark as well. William Cairns goes in blue for Paul Stark. Heat number 14, gate 1 in white, Kai Thompson. Gate 2 in blue, the reserve switch, William Cairns. Gate 3 in yellow, Geordie Loftus. And off the outside in red, Zach Cook, who, let's be honest, hasn't had a lot of speed on him tonight.
No, he hasn't really, has he?
It's not 9 o'clock yet and we're at Heat 14. I'll tell you what, that's some going by Poole.
Tell you. John Campbell's got to be tucked up in bed by past.
How's he
He's
getting
not
back to
allowed.
Scotland? RAF Typhoon.
He's got a retirement home in Poole for the evening.
I
How's he do?
don't even think he'd get back to Scotland on a supersonic jet like Concorde in 15 minutes, to be honest with you, Bush.
If Alan starts driving now, he could get to Poole for 9:15.
Alan and his
For those of you who
zingers.
don't know who Alan is, he's a special character. He's our he's our community. He's our bit for the community. Tapes right to read number 14. Will Cairns has made a perfect start there, and he's joined by Zach Cook. And to be fair, Kai Thompson's trying to put a bit of pressure on the two Poole boys. The Poole boys are literally team riding him out of it. You know, Will's going to the inside, Zach's going to the outside, and that's virtually all she's got to write. Although Thompson there just sits her up, but he's very, very close to Will Ken now. Zach Cook's just checked out a little bit now, and Kai Thompson's done him. Good ride there from Kai Thompson. But Kenzie now back up the inside. Oh, it was going to be some carnage there. There's a big bump on that pit's bend.
There is,
and Kai Thompson's got Zach Cook in his sights now. We've got one lap left to go. Kai Thompson has a look right. Zach Cook has a look round, see where Kai Thompson is. He thinks, oh, bloody hell, I need to go a little bit faster here as we come round the last two bends, and it's going to be a win for Zach Cook.
Will Cairns made a good gate then, but Zach wanted to keep going on that outside line, which left Cairns with the inside, and it's just not working anymore. There was no speed there. Cairnsey almost needed Zach to come round a little bit quicker and clear off, so Cairnsey could have moved down to that outside line as well, but he couldn't, and Kai Thompson got straight round him. But a good night for Will Cairns. 6 paid 8 from 5 rides, not a bad old return. I wouldn't even mind seeing him in. I wouldn't mind seeing him in E15. To be honest, I'll be honest. Is he going to do a donut? No. Oh, he's going to do a burnout.
He's going to do a burnout.
He's going to do a burnout. Yeah.
I'm glad he rode on that part of the track just then and not during the race.
Yeah, he's doing a burnout. He's a character, innit? He's another character in the Poole team.
He's a decent lad, is Will.
That ain't working, pal. That one we're having a bit more luck. It just looks like there's a bit of dust coming up, pal. That ain't no good. Give it up, son. Do a wheelie.
Do a donut.
There we go. Nah, it ain't working. He ain't having it. He tried.
Nah, it's not working. We had a wheelie instead.
He's wheeling around the corners instead. He's certainly a character, and you can tell he's been waiting for this. He's just like, why are the inside curbs so crap?
Exactly.
Now, is he going to do a lap of the dog track, high-fiving everybody again? I wouldn't if I was him, but you never know. Heat 14, win for the rider in red, Zach Cook with a winning time of 61.73. Second in white, Kai Thompson. And third in blue, William Cairns. 4-2 to Poole, 50 points to 34 on the night. We need a 5-1 and 15 for me to get my score bang on.
And you know,
it's possible. Edinburgh have looked really, really crap, or Poole have looked really, really good in this second half. I don't know which one it is.
If I was a betting man, which I am,
I'd say
but if I had money, I'd put
Kerr,
money on it being a 5-1.
With Lawson and Kerr. Cairnsey made a beautiful start. It's just
it was great, wasn't it?
There was nothing on the inside that he could hold on to. He looks over his shoulder, sees Zach, lets him round, but he has to go to the inside, and it's just not working.
No. That inside line's well and truly moved out now, hasn't it?
It has, yeah.
But that rut on the pit's turn has got to be quite concerning.
I've got to say, I could imagine it being Palavara and probably Paco in 15. Sedge's been crap after heat 3.
Dare to say he could maybe even put a shout in for Jonathan Graham. Sorry, Jonathan.
Leonard, good job tonight. Good luck to Scunny. See you Friday.
See you Friday, boss. If you...
I can tell you this, Louis Kerr's going in blue in 15. He's already on his bike.
He's ready.
He's feeling this. They want this 55-35, don't they? So do I. So then I can be right. I ain't right very often in life. It don't happen much.
Don't happen a lot to the best of us much, does it?
You got a point. Heat 9. Oh my god, Heat 9 at Kings Lynn was won by Max Perry. Second, Cooper Russian. And third, Ryan Ingram taking the ride for Jamie Effrington. Ben Morley retired. Heat number 10, Aaron Butcher completes his no score. Jody Scott takes the win from Vinnie Ford and Luke Harris. Aaron Butcher fell and was disqualified, making it 33 points to 26. And in Heat 11, Ryan Ingram takes the rider replacement ride, partnering Freddie Hodder against Luke Harrison and Harrison Rogers. Now, you love Harrison Rogers, but Ingram's our boy, so up the Ingram.
Big up Ryan Ingram. Oh, I hate to say this because I know he's only an up and coming young lad. But Harrison Rogers, to the Steelers at least, is the equivalent to Jai Etheridge at Edinburgh.
Oh, okay.
He's not very good.
John Campbell looks bewildered, to say the least. He's like, hey, we were up by 6 in the early stages, and now we're down by 16 with 1 to go.
The Alan McNally effect.
He looks like somebody stole his Horlicks.
He just can't wait to get to the ready rent a retirement room for the night, can he?
Oh, God. Our next watch along actually is at the moment planned for next Thursday, where I think it's Sheffield versus Leicester on BSN.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So that'll be our next one, 8 days time, or a week tomorrow.
If I had any of that cash things in my bank account, which I haven't, I would have bought the Oxford versus Bellevue meeting tomorrow.
That's an interesting, I'm struggling as much as you, unless we can see if Alan's around and make a 3-man booth of it.
Unless any of our audience want to sponsor a stream, get in contact with us at D&D Media on Facebook, and I'm sure we could sort something out if you like hearing the reluctant tones of our voices.
Kevin says Poole rallying again at the end. It's true, they do tend to come good. I don't know if it's Poole have come that good or Edinburgh have tailed off a bit, or it's just a combination of the both which is making it look even better than it maybe is. Poole have looked sharper in this second half, but Edinburgh have looked poor as well, to be honest.
What is the point of doing a little track grade
15.
now at 8:15?
Yeah.
What's the point?
Don't see the point of that.
What's the point, bro? Did you do the Heat 11 result at Kings Lynn?
Winchester 5-1 here, and you're spot on with your prediction. Oh no. Up the Pirates and all that. Richard Lawson does go in red. Poole want this 5-1. The result of Heat 11 was finally a win on the night for Luke Harrison, with Freddie Hodder in second and Ryan Ingram third. Another 3-all, 36 points to 29. To be fair, these two teams are the National Trophy standout teams, aren't they?
They are like the first and second, aren't they, in the trophy? Nice to see the Poole boys there getting involved with
or something who did the bikes.
Something to do with the Navy, I think, isn't it? So
yeah. That makes sense. Now I wonder why they all had the medals on. That all makes sense.
Ryan Ingram 11 and 2 from 6 rides.
Chris says enjoyed the coverage. Edinburgh tailed off badly, sadly. Yeah, you got to put it. I think it is a combination of Poole that got better, and as expected, Poole take 1 and 3 with them having choice. But yeah, I do think it's a mix, and it's Paco and Victor Palavara again for Edinburgh. So the lineup of Heat 15, Gate 1 in red, Richard Lawson. Gate 2 in white, Paco Castagna. Gate 3 in blue is Louis Kerr, and off the outside in yellow is Victor Palavara. Looking at the individual scores, Palavara 7, Paco 8, Louis Kerr 10, Richard Lawson 10 and 1. I can only see a 5-1 here.
I might actually no. If I start writing it down now, it'll be a 4-2.
Kevin says just wish they could get them track ruts addressed. There is a big one on the pits corner.
massive one, isn't it? It's catching a lot of riders out.
It's almost like a pothole when you're driving a car. That's what it's giving me vibe. Like they're trying so hard to avoid it, and then they go through it, and it looks like they're going to take off.
100%.
We're going to be done
Oh,
and
no, one
wrapped up
thing,
by 10
Mush.
past.
No, one thing, Mush.
Only one thing. 27 years of
Only
life,
one
and you
thing.
know one thing.
One thing. We're not going to a Super 8.
No way. I ain't having that. We all want Super Eats.
Oh,
Said nobody ever.
I'll never forget witnessing the first ever Super 8.
And then thinking after it, what the FCUK was the point of that?
Yeah, basically, yes. That match are now walking away for the final time tonight. The tapes right away we go. Richard Lawson's got there, and Lewis Kerr just going round the outside. And Paco Castagna, Victor Polavara sitting there in the third and fourth positions. Victor Polavara, he's gone, he's that far back, he may as well just chill out, go swing and say hello to the Greyhounds or something there. Paco's putting up a bit of a fight, but it's not going to be to any avail, and it's going to be a 20-point Pirates win on the night. Richard Lawson celebrating a little bit too early, pal. What if you have a bike failure here? Lewis Kerr's very, very settled there now in second. Paco's not going to... Whoa, carnage!
You paid us!
Lewis Kerr has a little bit of a slidey off. I think that was a chain that went, and the Reds are going to have to come on.
That'll be awarded. There was no race to be had. And he screwed up my prediction. Absolute muppet. He's hit something. I think he's hit a rut or something.
Is it something, Annie?
Or was Paco? No, I don't think Paco's gone near him.
Just see it now.
No, Paco's nowhere near. What's he done here?
His chain's gone, you can see the spark.
Is it a rut? Yeah, his chain's gone when he's hit that rut. So Victor Palavara's going to get a third. That won't be rerun. There was no race going on.
I like to think it'll be awarded.
Lewis
Kerr absolutely fuming.
Yeah, is it a rut? It's a big one as well. You can see him take off over it. And he was explaining to Paco and Lawson what happened there. Big thank you for the excellent coverage. This must end 55-35. Other than that rut... Yeah.
That one rut, it is awarded 53-37.
The win was awarded to the rider in red, Richard Lawson. Paco gets second in white, and Victor Palavara third in yellow. Points divided 3 apiece. 53-37 the final score.
He was so close.
Oh, I would have been right if it hadn't been for that stupid rut.
Bloody ruts.
To be fair, Louis Kerr's answered the critics, including me. I thought he'd be out the door as soon as Will Cairns came in.
To be fair, I thought Starkey was gone as well.
And that's done a little bit of damage to the old bike there. It's crap when that happens, isn't it? You're buzzing around, happy days, and then all of a sudden, bam, you're off.
Basically, Bush, yeah.
And Louis Kerr's trudging back. He looks bloody fuming.
I would be as well.
Do you want to run us through the individual scorers as well?
Aggregate totals 101 points to Poole, 79 points to Edinburgh. For the Pirates, Richard Lawson scored 13 and 1. Tobias Thompson scored 6. Lewis Kerr 10. Zach Cook 7 and 3. Anders Rowe 9 and a bonus. Paul Stapp 2. Will Cairns 6 paid 8. For the Monarchs, then Victor Palavara scored 8 and 1. Paco Castagna 10. Justin Sedgman 5. Kai Thompson 5. Michael Palmtoft 2 and a bonus. Jonathan Grant 6. And Geordie Loftus 1.
Quick couple of comments before we wrap up, but we'll have another flick over to Kings Lynn in a moment. Kevin, oh dear, another rut. Jimmy, thanks for all the banter. Kevin again, about as good as our A roads. We'll have another flick over to what's going on at Kings Lynn. Heat 12 has been run, and it was a win for Cooper Russian in red, Vinnie Ford second in white as the lone Kent rider, and third in blue Callum Mitchell. A 4-2 to Kings Lynn opens up a 9-point gap. Should we keep...
It's up to you, boss.
I mean, I've got to do Morley's result graphic anyway.
Well, if you want to stick on, and if anybody's still about to have a quick chin mark with us,
Yeah,
I've got no issue with that.
We'll keep it going until the end of this meeting. There's only 3 races left.
There's only 3 races.
I've got to stay at my computer to put Morley's result out, so...
We say there's 3 races.
That's
There's 3
true.
races normally anywhere, but then there's 3 races at Kings Lynn.
That's true, yeah. Now, the Kings Lynn normally have an interval after 12. I'd like to think they won't have on this occasion.
I don't think they tend to have intervals at National League meetings.
Kevin, see you all at Scunny. He will definitely see you at Scunny.
You will. Thank you for joining us, me old cherub. We'll see you at sunny Scunny on Friday. I'll be chatting more crap to you over the microphone in the speakers if you can hear us.
He's also said, keep up the good work, lads. Oh boy.
It's nice. It's just nice in it to have comments like that after doing this for what, a season and a half, and it's just, it's just nice. So thank you, Mr. Kevin, for joining us on this warm Wednesday evening.
At least it's cooled down from last week, albeit not very much.
Not very much.
Jimmy says 9 hours drive back for the away team. Ouch.
Ouch.
I'm going on holiday in just under 3 weeks, I suppose, and that's going to take 8.5 hours to get to, and that's long enough for me. I couldn't do a 9-hour drive. I couldn't even contemplate that.
I struggle with 4.5 hour drives when I go down to train rides. Sorry, when I go down to Ipswich. And my 7-hour train trip to Kings Lynn was not the road, let me tell you that.
When what's his Majugi? Buster Chapman gave you a lift back to your hotel. What a boy.
Oh, Buster Chapman, what a man. So, story time, because we've got a little bit of time. I went to Kings Lynn. I had a 2.5 hour wait in Peterborough because of people getting ill on trains and trains getting cancelled. Thanks, National Train Service. So gets to Kings Lynn, rushes to get to the accommodation and gets showered and everything, and gets to the track. And then I order 3 Ubers at the end of the meeting. Not one of them come. Rung about 4 or 5 different taxis. They all cancelled on me. Goes back to the speedway. Buster Chapman's locking up, and I'm just there like, hey up, pal. I hate to bother you, but you're not going anywhere near the train station, are you? He says, I'm not, but if you're struggling to get there, I'll give you a lift up in. And I opted in, and you know what? It was quite pleasant. So fair play, Buster, for doing that.
He gets a bit of a bad rap, doesn't he, sometimes? But Rob Godfrey gets a bad rap, and you work with him, and you only have generally positive things to say there as well, so...
Yeah, as I say, Rob's always been sound with me. Even after falling out with him a bit last year and everything, he's still wanting me back at Scunny and still wanting me to work for him. So I can't say anything bad about Rob.
Leonard, good luck to Kings Lynn tomorrow night. Who have Kings Lynn got tomorrow?
They're away at Ipswich in the second leg of the knockout. The second leg of the knockout cup.
That makes sense.
Which Luke Harrison's guesting for Kings Lynn.
That makes sense.
So that might be the flyer if I'm really lucky.
One of the perks of working for Andy Harrison.
Yes.
A flyer? You've had 7 months off bloody work.
That's not the point.
Starting to sound like Alan, who only turns up to work to make cups of tea for the Scottish Council.
And he's good at using the photocopier, apparently.
Not the other day, weren't he? Was trying to print off a programme for something and he cocked it all up.
Well, he should print his own uses of paper at his own home rather than in the workplace.
If you had photocopiers on your truck, you'd use the work stuff as well.
Well, yeah, you've got.
But you use your time in the truck to go to sleep.
I like to call that resting my eyes after a busy morning.
You turn your... How long do you have for dinner? An hour or half hour?
Meant to be half hour,
Usually
but
about an hour and a half.
we always have an hour, and some days we'll just have hour and a half. Because as you do, I think Kings Lynn are having an interval here.
Yeah, we'll give it another couple of minutes. If there's no result, we'll sack it off.
Yeah, man.
But imagine having an interval after 12 races. If anyone's at Kings Lynn in the comments, can you tell us if they're having an interval or not?
I'll inquire with the
Ingram's
person
sister.
there that I know. Yeah, my ex.
Oh, is it Katie?
Yeah.
And to be fair, Kent have
they-
been unlucky in this, haven't they? They've had a bit about already running RR. The guest for Kings Lynn, honey, Aaron Butcher's been crap, but for Kent, you know, running RR already for Nathan Hargrave and then losing Jamie Etherington, who, to be fair, would have probably got a pocket full as well. And Ben Morley's had a difficult night. It looks like the mechanical issues that he had over the weekend guesting for Scunny at Leicester have resurfaced in his last one.
Yeah, okay. I ask you a simple yes or no question, Katie. I don't need your life story. There we go. We've got an answer. Ouch.
What?
That's probably why we haven't got an update then.
What?
Ben Morley just clipped Freddie Hodder's back wheel and is knocked unconscious.
Who, Morley's?
Apparently so.
Oh dear.
So don't go asking him what his age is, because he'll probably tell you he was about 12.
Yeah,
But
we'll sack this one off then, and we'll
just sent me a video. The ambulance is out on track now.
we'll inquire about Ben later. Right, we'll wrap up then. We're back next Thursday. We better go and check on one of our riders.
That we had. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you with us. If we don't see you on Friday at Scunny, then we'll see you next Thursday, unless we decide to do one within the week. But keep an eye out on socials and on the forums and that. And yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good night.